when lives are on the line.
Are there any obvious injuries?
These men and women will risk theirs.
The lad who was driving got blood coming out of his face.
To save yours.
RTC truck.
They deal with the most serious injuries.
The patient is described as bleeding heavily.
Directly below his ear.
There's a lot of blood there.
The most critical illnesses.
The reports of a male who's in cardiac arrest, and without any action, the patient will die.
The two Yorkshire Air Ambulances cover Britain's biggest county.
He's fallen 30 foot from the roof.
Oh, yeah. He's got a big cut to his head.
5 million people rely on them
All right, sorry, sweetheart.
to deliver cutting-edge emergency medicine
We're just going to go to sleep. He's not looking particularly good.
at high speed.
If you can activate your major hemorrhage protocol.
Every day brings high drama.
What's happened, mate? It's this gentleman amputee that's physically trapped.
The pathetic is still attached by suction.
I can't take a complete full breath in.
High emotions.
Where's your main pain? Where are you hurting? You're not sure?
And high risks.
How's the pain?
It hurts a lot and it hurts really.
It sounds like he's got some injury to the left chest as well.
It's pouring down outside, but in the crew room, a bacon breakfast is on the menu for the team, thanks to paramedic Al.
Important that you're all fully fuelled before going out on any missions. So I've got the old George Form bigger out. So hopefully breakfast will turn out nice again.
But food is going to have to wait for Al, Mike and pilot Owen.
Okay, keys there. Sure. So, I don't know what you know, guys, it's A1M, Borough Bridge. Yep, mate.
Owen faces a difficult flight in bad visibility.
Brief mate, you'll lift from here and disappear northbound for the A1 North.
There are reports of a serious crash on the A1 motorway. Details are vague.
We know it's on the motorway, so it's going to be high speed. Don't know if it's car, bus, you know, we don't know how many patients are going to be involved, so you've just got to prepare for every eventuality, really, and just deal with it.
We're just approaching Weatherby now.
More than 100,000 vehicles a day use the A1 in West Yorkshire, and today conditions are awful.
So this is the incident here, right with us now.
Can we get the Northern Carriage reach up, can we?
Owen needs a safe place to bring them down, but the road is still open.
Is there any other options? You know what, Owen? There's an 8-inch square bit of grass there.
What, inside the roundabout?
A U-shape inside the roundabout.
Okay. Yeah, they're posing it now, actually. The cars are there. So once the third and final plate, there'll be no more traffic.
Yeah.
Owen decides that with the motorway closing, the best place to land is on the carriageway.
Just bear in mind there might be some emergency services vehicles travelling. There is this heart there.
You got a police car?
Can't see it. Oh, yeah, we'll clear the police car. Alright, landing on the south.
Right, clear at 12 o'clock, Mikey. Thank you.
Wreckage is scattered across the motorway. Mike must quickly determine who needs their help.
What's happened, mate? It's this gentleman amputee that's physically trapped. No, that's not a new amputation. No.
It is Scott, it's 36 years of age, no allergies.
Yep.
Not sure if we've spun it all over. I'm assuming we have.
Yep.
Officers, you see them here, SATs were at 100.
Yeah.
Complaining of C-spine tenderness, pain to his chest as he takes a breath in.
Yep.
He's a left leg amputee.
Okay.
The pathetic is still attached by suction,
Yep.
but it's kind of pinned in with the
dash.
plate,
Yeah. All right.
36-year-old Scott McNeese was on his way to pick his daughter up from school. A motorist who saw the crash called for help.
The traffic was fairly slow. I was just coming down the motorway in the outside lane and could see something happened here, and I was about to drive off, and as I looked through the window, I could see there was a guy stuck in the van, so I just pulled straight over and called 999 to get some help for him, basically. He couldn't move, obviously, because he's an amputee. One of his legs was trapped from the impact. Right, Scott, how'd your breathing feel?
Yeah, all right. Well, apart from it being a bit tricky, I can't take a complete full breath in.
All right, we'll have oxygen on just for now. Is that all right? Cheers. Are you fit and well?
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Just going to unzip you. I know you're cold. We're going to do what we can to keep you warm. All right, mate. Where do you feel that you're trapped? Do you?
I'm wedged in with a prosthetic.
Okay, and that's it. As far as you're concerned, you're prosthetic.
Yeah.
None of your other bodies is in. Okay. So if
Release that leg then?
not yet, but yeah, we will do. Yeah.
We'll just be led by you then.
Yeah. Let me just do a quick top to toe, mate.
Scott's an Army veteran who lost his leg in 2017.
This van had broken down, and he's come to a halt on the carriageway, and he'd already got out, and he was trying to warn the traffic to slow down. And obviously the weather's bad, visibility's reduced, and it sounds like this guy's not been able to stop. He's run straight in the back of this van, and you can see the radiator from the camper van is actually embedded in the back of this wagon here.
Deep breath, Scott. Were you knocked out?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Deep breath.
Mike suspects Scott's breathing difficulties could be the sign of broken ribs.
Are you in pain?
Yeah.
Where?
Chest.
Chest.
Chest and right ankle's absolutely banging.
Right ankle. All right. Deep breath.
NS from 99, initial update, one patient trapped by his lower legs in a van, alert, more to follow.
You got any neck pain?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Sort of right hand side central.
Okay. In here?
Further down, yeah, there.
There. Okay, mate, that's fine. Right. Right, guys, so he's trapped, pinned in, but he's got a prosthetic leg on his left leg, and he thinks that's the only thing that's pinning him in.
Right.
So that's good, because we can get rid of that if we need to.
I hope not. There's £120,000.
No, well, no, we'll bring it with us, but do you know what I mean?
Scott's neck and chest pain are worrying. Mike wants him freed so he can examine him properly.
What's your history with your leg?
Afghanistan knee injury.
Right.
Came back to the UK. Had corrective surgery. Went horrifically wrong.
Okay.
Everything that could have gone wrong did.
Scott required 20 operations over 3 years after losing his leg. He had just about recovered and is a disabled athlete.
You doing Invictus Games?
Yeah, 2018.
All right, mate, I'm going to put a needle in your arm, OK?
Mike wants to give Scott pain relief in preparation to attempt to free him. His service dog, Roo, was with him.
Scraps coming up.
Pretty sure I'll be.
Well, it's just in case we need to give you a drug, mate, that's all.
Yeah.
Mike wants to examine Scott to assess the extent of his injuries, but first, he needs to get him out of the van, and that may not be easy. On the A1 motorway, 36-year-old Scott McNeese is pinned in his wrecked camper van by his high-tech prosthetic leg.
Are you trying to get out?
I'm trying to disengage my field.
On your leg? Try and keep your head still, all right? 'Cause your neck's obviously...
That's it.
No, it's getting out.
Had Scott's leg not been made of titanium, it would have been devastated by the impact.
Guys, we're going to end up coming out of here. We'll do that in a minute, mate.
Someone got in.
Get a bed here. Just right, hang on. Wait there, because we've got nowhere to put you now.
That's it.
It's clear, mate, it's clear.
I'm out.
Right.
Make sure she doesn't shoot off.
Mike is concerned that Scott could have more serious injuries than at first appear.
Nice and steady.
Wait.
Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Keep your head still. Keep your head still. Right, I'm going to look after your neck. Okay? All right, there's lots of people going to have their hands all over you now, Scott. All right? There's a board, mate. Flat board. Yeah, you're all right. You're fine. Good man.
Finally, Scott is free of his van, but he's more worried about his dog.
Where's Roo?
She's still in the car. There's a fire. Okay, we can sort that. Right, I need a blanket.
Who did your camper van conversion? That's pretty smart, isn't it?
Did some of it myself.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Well, it was lovely.
Well, don't worry, it's insured. Is it insured?
The other way around.
Yeah.
No, that's the main thing. Don't worry about it too much then.
It's better on the skills mapping. Perfect.
Right, we're just going to put a couple of straps on. We'll get you in the ambulance where it's nice and warm, all right?
Scott has been exposed to the rain and cold for over an hour. It's a red flag for patients with serious trauma.
Right, let's get him inside and we can get him assessed, can't we? Because he's freezing.
Right.
Cool. Right, we've got your dog. We've got the dog with the police.
On the dashboard.
On the dashboard, the brown lead.
They've got it, yeah.
Where is she?
She's behind us.
With the bobbies.
Let's go get you inside, all right? And she can come with us.
Yeah. They managed to get my leg out.
Yeah, we've got it. It's an ambulance already. It's coming with you.
Yeah, just an update for you. Patient in the back of the ambo now. We're just assessing to make sure there's no major trauma. If there's no major trauma, he'll go with the crew. If we do find any altered physiology, we'll probably take him to Leeds.
Yeah, 2018.
What did you
I did 6 sports, come back with 3 medals. I'd only been walking 6 months.
Amazing. Got cramp.
No, it was phantom pain.
Phantom pain.
Yeah.
Phantom pain is pain which occurs in a part of the body that is no longer there.
Does it hurt here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Further down, right in the sternum.
Despite the team's fears, it appears Scott has escaped serious injury.
We've not identified anything that seems to be life-threatening, so he's going to go with the land crew. So we're fine with the land crew. Hopefully he's had a fairly lucky escape, and considering the damage, pretty severe.
Right, I'll leave you to it. All the best, mate.
Yeah.
He's got a chest injury, probably from the seatbelt and the steering wheel. He's not suffering too badly with that, and he's got some pain in his right ankle as well. The crew are going to take him to a Leeds General Infirmary for some x-rays and a check-up down there. It's just that movement. Once he's out and laid on the board, he's a lot more comfortable.
The camper van is a write-off. It was Scott's pride and joy. He converted it himself. Luckily, his other pride and joy is in good hands.
His little dog's got a little cut on its face, I think, so the police are just taking it to the vets just to make sure it's okay. There'll be a bit of separation anxiety, I would imagine, from being parted from his owner and being stuck in a police car, but I'm sure it'll be all right.
Al's lockdown hobby means he was particularly intrigued by this case.
I'm in the process of converting a van to a camper van myself, so I'm a bit interested in camper vans at the moment. I've spent the past few weeks poring over combination hobs and sinks and the best type of solar panel and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, it was a really nice conversion. It sounds like he's done some of it himself as well, and it's really smart. But obviously, I suspect it'll be a write-off now. So, but that's what we have insurance for. So hopefully he's well insured and he'll have a nice new one in a few months.
Scott's prosthetic leg could have saved his life. Now doctors at Leeds General Infirmary will check for any broken bones and further injuries. Scott and Rue aren't out of the woods yet. High above North Yorkshire, Helimed 99 has just been diverted to another serious road accident.
We're headed to a 12-year-old who's been knocked off the bike. We've been told that obviously the patient is really upset and it's a case of trying to get there as quick as we can.
By chance, paramedics Andy and Paul were just 2 minutes flying time from the incident.
There's a stubble field the other side of the road. I'm going to put it down there. I'm only guessing that this is the location because I've got people parked around. Can you just confirm as we go over? Yes, visual for patient.
Pilot Harry is descending into a field near the picturesque village of Crake.
Leave us fully down.
First aiders have been helping the boy.
His name's Toby.
Toby?
He's been knocked off his bike by this car here going about 45 miles an hour.
All right, okay.
He was laying down, but he's sat up. He's quite distressed. Most of the injury seems to be on his face, where he's bleeding profusely, but we've managed to stop that.
Okay.
He says he can't see.
Can't see anything. Okay.
It looks like Toby Hassel cycled out of a road near his home into the path of a car.
Hi, you all right?
Yeah, good.
Let's take this off, mate. Get your head still.
Let's take this off a second, Toby.
Paul needs to remove Toby's helmet.
There we go. Toby?
Can you talk to me?
Oh, I can't see.
You can't see. You'll be all right. We'll look after you, mate. All right.
This is Mum, I think.
Oh, are you Mum?
Their patient's mum, Liz, is the local vicar.
But if you want to sit down and talk to him, he might calm down a little bit.
I'm going to step away.
Now Mum's arrived, Toby's much calmer.
Toby, can you put this on your face, mate? All right.
The team fear he could have a serious facial injury, such as a broken jaw.
Just relax, mate. I'm trying to sort your jacket out. I'm trying to get you a new jacket.
Toby's a careful cyclist. His bike's well maintained, and he had the right gear on. It happened near the family home.
Okay.
They're going to put him on a spinal board to protect his back.
Just have a feel of his pelvis, make sure you're happy with his pelvis before we move him.
He turned over fairly freely.
Did he?
Any pain there? Any pain?
I think he's just screaming out everywhere.
Any pain?
Okay, ready, steady. Lift.
That's it. Go through, Paul.
Paul and Andy are concerned that Toby's facial injuries could affect his ability to breathe.
Where's that hurting? I think he's fractured his jaw.
Toby's clearly in great pain and the team want to help, but Mum's reassurance is more effective.
All I want you to do, I think he's broken his jaw on that side. All right, so he's going to be quite tender. All right, so if you just want to put your hands either side of his head and just talk to him nice and carefully.
Hey, Toby, Mummy's here. I'm not going anywhere, okay?
A family on a day out stopped seconds after the crash and did all the right things.
Right, keep your arm nice and still, mate.
We came along the road from Easingwold to Craig, where a young lad has come out onto the road and has been hit by a car. When we got to him, he was face down, bleeding profusely from his chin and his face. I am a first aider anyway, so stepped in, as anyone would.
Just relax your arm, fella.
This vein's just collapsed as the needle went in.
Toby needs urgent hospital treatment, but it's proving hard to give him painkillers for his journey to the major trauma centre in Middlesbrough.
When we're not touching him, he's all right.
All right, mate, all right.
I think if we can get him packaged and the DCA is not here, we'll just take him.
And he's a GCS of 13, but he's able to...
Toby's calm enough now to help his rescuers.
Toby, it's Andy, one of the paramedics. Where's your main pain? Where are you hurting?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Can you move your feet? Right.
They're going to fly him 29 miles north to Middlesbrough.
Ready, steady, lift.
Time is of the essence. Paediatric surgeons will be on standby at the James Cook Hospital. Paul is alerting the trauma team.
Yeah, we're bringing a 12-year-old male. He's normally fit and well, there's no allergies or anything like that, so he's not had any medication from us other than the oxygen. Now, we put a binder on because he was complaining of quite a lot of pain when we palpated his hips, but he was complaining a lot of pain anyway, so we couldn't rule anything out about a pelvic fracture, although it is symmetrical. We'll probably be with you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. I think he's fractured his jaw because when I was pressing on his jaw there was quite a lot of crepitus, so that movement of the fractured bones and things, and obviously that caused him a lot of pain. It looks like he's gone face down actually, although he had a helmet on, which obviously is, I think would probably have saved his life actually. He's got quite a lot of facial injuries.
So you're in a lot of pain, are you, mate? Yeah. All right, OK.
Because he's complaining of a lot of pain, we don't exactly know any other injuries until he's been scanned. So we've phoned the major trauma centre at James Cook and they've accepted the patient so we can take him through there.
It's just 34 minutes since HeliMed 99 touched down and Toby is now airborne for the James Cook Hospital. Scans and x-rays will determine the seriousness of his injuries. This will be a long day for him and his mum. Nearly 2 million people in the UK regularly go horse riding. But, as the Air Ambulance team know all too well, it can be a dangerous hobby. Paramedics Kit and Andy are being scrambled to West Yorkshire.
Just lifted from Topcliffe outbound to Keighley this time, requesting a basic service.
There are reports a young rider is in trouble.
We're just on the way to an area near Keighley where we've been told that there's a 13-year-old girl. She's fallen off a horse, and then it sounds like the horse might have trodden on her. So we're quite concerned that she's got some significant chest injuries. There's no land ambulance available. It might well be that we're first on scene to get to her, and that if she does have some serious injuries, that might make all the difference for her. So it's really urgent that we get there as quickly as possible for this one.
Pilot Harry will have HeliMed 99 there in less than 20 minutes.
The major hazard is the fact that it's an intersection of, it's a triangle of 200-foot wires.
Yep.
So it's going to be quite challenging. There's a mast on the farm itself that's indicated. Domestics running through it. Yeah, and it's on a hillside, so what more do you want?
Masts and wires can bring down a helicopter. Andy and Kit are helping to keep a lookout.
Nothing seen my side. Actually looking good this side as well, nothing seen either. We've got a person moving up behind the fence. Yeah, well within limits, lives down, clear on strap, theatre.
13-year-old Sophie Shaw was having a riding lesson.
So it sounds like you've had a bit of an impact on your chest.
Yes.
And where else?
Well, it's all around, the bruising's all around this area.
Oh dear.
So he's caught her, I think, I'm not sure if he's stood on her or if he's kicked her, because as she fell off, she kind of went under him.
Yeah, okay.
Horses can weigh upwards of 400 kilos, so Kit is keen to check for any internal injuries.
And a couple of other checks, and then I think what we'll do is pop you down to the hospital. Okay, so that might just tickle a little bit as it goes on your nose. Yeah. How's the pain?
It hurts a lot and it hurts to see.
Does it?
What's happened? Fallen off and then
Yeah, it sounds like she's got some injury to the left chest as well. So.
Andy wants to reduce Sophie's pain.
Sophie, I'm just going to have to pop a little needle in your arm, okay?
No, it's all right, it's okay. You've had loads before, you're fine.
Okay.
It's no worse than
Sophie's mum helps out at the riding school, and her dad rushed down to help.
Right, now look, let's just take your hands. I'm just going to pop this around your arm.
Andy needs to get a line into her arm, so he can deliver drugs straight into her bloodstream.
Well done, did really well with that one.
I think what we'll do is take you to Leeds Hospital. The best way for us to get you there is to fly you, because obviously it's quite a long way in the ambulance, because your oxygen levels were a little bit low, so we don't know what damage might have been done.
Kit is concerned that Sophie's low oxygen levels could be the sign of a collapsed lung.
So I think what we should do, if it's all right, is give you some painkillers. We might give you some morphine through that drip. That works really well to take the pain off. And then we'll fly you in the helicopter to Leeds, and then maybe the mum or dad can come with us. Yeah. All right. Pilot and air desk. Intention is to fly on basis of chest injuries with sats of 87. We're going to go to LGI. Harry, please could you grab the scoop and the Flectalon? And also, is it okay if we take a parent? She's 13, is Sophie.
I'll give LGI a call and then just let me know when you have an ETA.
Kit and Andy suspect Sophie's chest injury may worsen in flight. They want to make her more comfortable.
How are you doing, Sophie?
Good.
Is your breathing a bit better?
Will you make the plane go away?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Just about to do that, so that's what's coming in next, Pet, okay?
Good. Painkillers are on the way. As soon as we've done that, we'll help you onto our stretcher and then get off to hospital. Okay. We might just need to have a quick look at where you're hurting on that side, if that's all right.
Sophie's understandably frightened.
No, it's all right,
Sorry.
you're all right,
Okay,
so
it's all right, don't worry.
it's an old t-shirt. You're just going to cut it.
If we just borrow this hoodie, if I may.
Kit is feeling for the signs of an internal injury. It looks like Sophie's broken several ribs.
Does that hurt or is it okay?
It's all right.
You might find some on the x-ray there.
Your shoulder.
Your left arm.
Yeah.
I need to just press your tummy, but if I do it through your jumper, is that all right? Hopefully it won't be ticklish.
Yeah.
Does that hurt at all?
No.
All right?
Young patients need a lot of reassurance.
I'm just going to start to give you some painkillers, okay? Nothing to worry about. It make you feel a little bit spacey, a little bit sort of not with it, okay? But I just want you to go with it. I don't want you to worry or get anxious, all right? We're not doing anything that's going to cause you any harm, and it will help with that pain. Okay.
Do you remember what you said about trust? I trust you. I trust you.
While we're doing that, if I have a quick check of your hips, does that hurt at all?
No.
Nothing?
If you can come this side and just assist with a roll, that'd be ace. All I'm going to do is just slide this little stretcher in underneath you, all right?
Yeah.
Sophie, can you just pop your arm on your tummy for me? That's it.
Okay.
Ready, steady, roll.
Excellent.
Well done, Sophie.
Well done, that's ace. Really good.
Well done.
Right, guys, ready, steady, up.
The team are anxious to get Sophie to hospital. Children can deteriorate faster than adult patients, with little warning.
When we first got to her, she had really low oxygen levels and she was breathing really quickly, which could be a sign of a significant lung injury. She's also got some significant abrasions and bruises on her chest, so we're quite concerned about that. Because her pulse is very rapid still, we're also worried that she may have some internal bleeding that we don't know the source of at the moment. So we're going to give her a drug to support any blood clots that she's made to slow the bleeding if possible. And we're giving her some oxygen as well to bring her oxygen levels up. Sophie also needs quite a lot of painkillers, so she's having some morphine, which seems to be making her a bit more comfortable.
That 99 Alpha just lifted from the vicinity of Keighley inbound to LJ requesting clearance into the zone.
It'll be a tense 10-minute flight to Leeds General Infirmary.
Got the Gala crane, got the green one out to her right now.
Harry is delivering his patient to the rooftop helipad in the heart of the city.
Okay, leave this for you now. Clear to unstrap if you want.
Cheers, thank you.
The team are taking Sophie straight to resus. She may need emergency surgery. One of the team's earlier patients has just been released from the hospital. Disabled driver Scott McNeese was lucky to survive a major impact between his camper van and a truck on the A1.
What's happened, mate? It's this amputee that's physically trapped.
The prosthetic is still attached, but it's kind of pinned in.
Now he's back home. He escaped major injury, as did his high-tech prosthetic leg.
All these components are made of titanium, really hardened steel, constructed not to break. The forces that were involved when everything came forward, and because of the position of the leg and the way that the dashboard had come through, it actually, that's where it had stopped everything. The biggest concern was the chest and the breathing more than anything else. But then after a little while, it was like, actually, as long as I just take it steady and just try and breathe as normally and don't panic, then you'll be all right.
Scott was more worried about someone else's welfare, his service dog, Rue.
I was worried about Rue. I think within sort of about a week, 2 weeks, she was absolutely fine and back to normal. It could have been so much worse. I could have easily lost both of my legs, or worse.
The Yorkshire Dales are an idyllic place to live, and house prices in some areas are rising by 10% a year, driven by the retirement market. But the large number of pensioners means more work for the ambulance service.
Just watch out for birds. Yeah, we're all here to the left. Are you okay if our eyes in? Hey, firm.
Helimed 99 is being scrambled to Wensleydale.
James is saying it's a slightly odd one. There's no street name, the address is just East Witton.
Paramedics Matty and Pete have been called to a domestic accident.
They're saying he was fallen 6 foot, had a loss of consciousness, so it might be that he's had a medical event while he's been stood on the ladder and then fallen off, or he might have just simply slipped off the ladder, hit his head and then become unconscious. We're not really sure at the minute.
Pilot JB is heading up one of Yorkshire's most famous dales.
That's the village ahead of us there. Would you concur with that? I would, yeah. I guess we could go in the middle area, see between the two roads. Yeah. There's a green there, we could go in there. I'm going to go between the seat and that tree. You see where I'm looking at? Yeah, yeah. Everyone happy with that? Yeah.
They're turning the village green into a helipad.
All looking good left.
Looks okay, mate, right, no wires.
Okay, looking good there. I'm just going to continue down for that. Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. All good left.
All good, right, mate.
Room.
All good,
landing on here.
JB's dropping his paramedics yards from their patient's home. A ground ambulance is yet to arrive.
You're clear out of the aircraft.
Okay. Pete, I'll take suction and primary bags. Is that all right, mate?
Yep. I'll follow you up, mate.
Oh yeah.
Trevor Capes is 87. He was up a ladder clearing ivy from his rented home when he fell.
Hiya sir, you alright? What's happened today, Trevor?
Fell off a ladder that I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, the ladder was up there and he fell down here.
But you've come out and found him?
Trevor's wife and son are very concerned.
Trevor, can you tell me what's happened? You don't know? Okay. Taking a big deep breath for me. And out. Does that hurt when you're breathing?
No.
No. You keep yourself just like that for me, sir.
It's a distressing case. Trevor didn't even recognise his son.
I'm just going to have a quick look at your tummy, if that's okay. What's the dog called?
Kim.
And the family pet is upset too.
Oh. Kim, we're not assessing you, Flower. Taking a nice deep breath for me. And out. Is that okay?
For Matty, it's a puzzling case.
Is a gentleman normally fit and well? Does he take any tablets or medication for anything?
Yes.
He takes a lot of tablets.
He takes a lot of tablets. Would somebody be able to get them for us?
Get all the tablets.
The local ambulance crew are backing up the helicopter.
This is Trevor. His wife's come outside and found him on the floor. Just trying to ascertain whether this little bit of confusion is normal for him or not.
Trevor is still not responding properly. The question for the team is, did he suffer an injury in the fall, or is there a medical cause?
He'd not complained of any aches and pains this morning, headache, chest pain or anything like that? He's had something to eat, plenty of food today?
Yes, he's had his breakfast and he just had a rock cake at lunchtime, that's all.
Okay, so I think with him falling off the roof, he's probably been knocked out. He's quite confused at the minute. I think the best thing to do is to take him to hospital, okay, for a checkup.
Trevor and his wife retired to the village to be near their son.
What happened?
We're not too sure. We think you've been up here and we think you've fallen off while you've either been using the ladder or while you've been up here cleaning.
The nearest A&E is 27 miles away in Darlington. The remoteness of the Dales brings many pensioners here, but now it's become a real problem for Trevor and his family.
Shall we start to stand up now, slowly, all together?
Stand up.
Slowly, all together. Yeah? 2, 3.
The team are looking for signs of an injury, but there's little to see.
Is that all right?
Quick look at
Grab hold of my arms if you want to. We're going to go for a dance, Trevor.
There's a chance he suffered a brain injury in the fall.
Come round with me. I'm going to sit you down. You ready?
Cheers, mate. You take a seat back there.
Right, that's it. Sit down, Trevor.
You bend in the middle, we've sorted.
Brilliant. Well done.
Trevor's fit for his age. His son is concerned.
I was upset at the fact that he didn't actually know who I was, and his heart rate was going 10 to the dozen. But he seems to be a lot better now. He's now talking, so that's the main thing. But I don't think he likes, like me, doesn't like hospitals.
Trevor's going to go by road. His case is not urgent enough to justify the risks of a flight, and his confusion means he may find flying distressing.
Trevor's looking as though he's uninjured from his fall. The thing we need to determine is, did he go dizzy and fall off the ladder, or did he fall off the ladder and causing himself to be injured, which has caused the dizziness and confusion? At the moment, there's nothing evident to show either way.
Oh, you're
not a bother at all, young man.
No bother.
Things can happen anytime. You can fall downstairs, you can trip over on a flat floor. And obviously, Trevor's got to this age, and he's probably got to this age through being active. So the last thing you want to say to people is lead a sedentary life and sit at home. You know, providing people take precautions, crack on.
Trevor's off on a 45-minute drive to hospital for tests.
All the observations that we've done are okay. The only concern is a little bit repetitive, which can be normal if somebody's bumped their head, and it looks like that mark on the top of his head that he has bumped his head.
It could be some time before Trevor is fit to return to his home in picture-perfect Wensleydale. It's a sunny summer's day in the North York moors. Serious cyclists are drawn to its long climbs and remote roads. But the moors cover more than 500 square miles, and today, one cyclist needs urgent help. Paramedics AD and Andy are wasting no time.
Mountain bike on a track on Glaisdale Moor. It's come off bike, loss of consciousness, now regained consciousness, but it's going to be an access job, over.
Finding the patient can be the team's toughest challenge, but today they have help.
Are you ready for a what 3-word location? Over.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's dress, storeroom, frog. Over.
Thanks to a navigation app on the 999 caller's phone, pilot Colin should be able to track their patient to a 3-metre square.
Weather's good, sun's out, so it'll be quite busy out there with walkers, mountain bikers, horse riders, that kind of thing. Lots of activities going off in the moors today.
A head injury could mean the patient is in danger of bleeding on the brain.
So it's down, it looks like it's down in the valley on a track. Is that someone down there at, almost on the nose now? Is that somebody stood there? So they're just going to be...
There they are, mate, on the left there, I think.
Yes, there's a mountain bike there, mate.
Okay. I think I'll just land right hand side so we can see them, okay?
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah, shall mate.
Okay, I'll put it down here. Might just get a bit backing up near the tail end.
Alright.
We're down.
I think it's in the vehicle, mate.
Alright.
It's feared their patient has a severe head injury.
Hello. My name's Eddie, nice to meet you.
What do you do?
What's your name?
Douglas Kent.
Douglas?
Yeah.
Do you know where you are, Douglas?
No, the Yorkshire Rules, are they?
Okay, yes you are, yeah.
74-year-old Doug Kent got separated from his 2 friends while on a ride. A dog walker found him and got help from the nearby village.
Can you remember what happened?
No.
No. Have you hurt yourself anywhere?
A little bit here.
A little bit there. Did you have a helmet on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? Okay.
Doug was out with a lifelong friend, Jack. They're both avid cyclists.
2 of us went ahead to the gate, turned round, the third wasn't with us. We waited a couple of minutes and then came back and found Douglas lying on this track.
Do you take any medicine from your doctor?
I rang 999, got a location, and then obviously the helicopters arrived.
Have you got any pain in your chest?
A little bit here.
A little bit sore there. Andy, this is Douglas.
Hi, Douglas.
Andy's my crewmate. Going to give me a hand. Will you just do some obs while I just have a word with his friend?
Yeah.
All right.
Doug's confusion could be a sign of a concussion. AD wants to investigate.
So Douglas seems a little bit confused.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that's not normal for him.
Not normal at all. No, he's normally very lucid, very talkative.
Yeah.
He is on warfarin tablets and
Right.
does suffer from asthma.
Warfarin is a blood-thinning medication.
Right, Douglas, can I just body your arm?
AD fears Doug may have a bleed on the brain. If so, his medication may be threatening his survival.
I'll just update the air test, Andy, while you're doing that.
All right, fella.
Doug needs hospital care quickly. There's no time to waste.
Right then, we need to take you to the hospital. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you've come off your mountain bike and you've knocked yourself out.
Right.
And because you take warfarin, that means we need to take you to hospital to scan your head to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you seem a little bit confused. That might pass in time, but we just need to make sure. Is that all right?
Yeah.
James Cook Hospital is 40 minutes away by road. The helicopter ride will save Doug 30 precious minutes.
Right then. I need to get your bum just there.
We're going to get you to sit down and then lay down. Lovely.
Right.
Sit down. We've got you. Good man.
Can you swing your legs round? Well done. Got enough there? Oh, Colin, come grab blocks, could you please, mate?
You all right strapping up? And I'll ring James Cook. Hello, it's Helimed 99. I've got a patient that we're going to bring to you. A 73-year-old gentleman who's come off his mountain bike. Okay, ready, steady, lift. The rest of his clinical observations are perfectly normal, but he's quite confused and he's on warfarin. That's the major concern with him. Don't know why he's on warfarin because he can't remember. Okay, so if you need me while we're flying, just wave. Wave that hand, because I'm only sat here next to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, starting. Good left, mate.
Okay, lifting.
We're on our way to James Cook Hospital, which is in Middlesbrough, which is the local major trauma centre. We picked up a gentleman who's been found by his friends who was cycling with to be unconscious on a cycle track on the moor. Our main concern is that he's got a head injury because he's quite confused, doesn't really know where he is. And he also takes warfarin, which is like a blood thinning medication. for a reason that we're not really sure of. So that puts him at a much higher risk of developing a bleed from the trauma of falling off the bike, either in his body or in his head, which is the main concern.
A trauma team is on standby, awaiting the helicopter's arrival.
Right, go to the building where that car stopped on the road, keep the lights up, got the light stanchions.
Doctors will take over Doug's care now. They'll be using a scanner to determine the extent of his head injury. Today's accident may change Doug's life.
Toby, you put this on your face, mate, all right?
Toby, the boy knocked down by a car near the family home in Craig, broke his jaw. It was a moment his mum will never forget.
I think every parent's nightmare is when you hear that something bad's happened to your child. All you know is something bad's happened, and the instinct was just to get there as soon as possible.
Toby required surgery and lost his 2 front teeth, but it could have been so much worse.
I think that it was really important that I had my helmet on. Otherwise, I think that it would have really hurt the back and top of my head, and it would have been much more serious than it was. I'm just really glad that I was wearing my helmet.
So am I.
He's back to normal now after 5 days in James Cook Hospital. He has new front teeth, but he's yet to get back in the saddle.
I still want to get back on my bike, as it is a part of my life that I don't want to lose.
When you get knockbacks in life, you can either choose to be permanently knocked back, or you can get up again and carry on and learn from it.
Can you tell me what's happened?
Pensioner Trevor, who fell while trimming the ivy at his home, suffered a small bleed on the brain, but he's now fully recovered.
I knew I was taking a risk because I knew I got a bad hip, but it was so essential that I wanted to get it done.
He's no regrets about tackling the gardening, despite celebrating his 87th birthday recently. He thinks a delayed hip replacement was a factor in losing his balance.
I'd left my spade out of reach. I felt the ladder starting to move away from me. I couldn't reach the spade, and I couldn't reach, the ladder had gone too far, I couldn't reach the ladder. It was then that I knew I was going to fall.
And his return home was welcomed by his faithful 4-legged friend, Kim.
Can you remember what happened? No.
Off-road cyclist Doug also sustained a bleed on the brain and concussion. He's been told he'll make a full recovery, and after 3 months was back on his bike.
How's the pain?
It hurts a lot.
And 13-year-old Sophie, who fell from a horse, spent a week in hospital. She suffered a broken collarbone, broken ribs and a collapsed lung, as Kit suspected. She hopes to be back riding again soon.